The best time to plant a tree was 25 years ago. But the second and the best time to plant a tree of selective speed is today.
This Chinese proverb, famously recited by Eliud Kipchoge after running the world record marathon, has really inspired me for the journey I'm about to embark on. After spending 2023 learning Arabic in Tunisia, I've decided to take on another of the world's most challenging languages, Mandarin Chinese. I'm honestly extremely grateful for having the opportunity of living in China for the 10 coming months and studying Mandarin at China's top university, Peking University, as a visiting student. For those who are new to this channel, my name is Jonathan and I'm a third-year computer science student at the University of Tübingen, studying Arabic and Chinese part-time. During my second year, I took a break from my studies and immersed myself into the Arabic culture and language, spending 8 months in Tunisia. There I went from barely even being able to communicate to giving talks about the beauty of the Arabic language. Living in a non-Western country was undoubtedly the most eye-opening experience I've ever had. It sparked my desire to dive into other non-Western cultures. This brings me to my next big adventure, China. China is a global powerhouse with a rich history, stunning landmarks, one of the fastest growing economies on the world, and of course, probably the hardest language to learn on the planet. I'm beyond grateful for being admitted to PKU, and therefore I'll be spending the next year in Beijing, taking an intensive Mandarin course and exploring this incredible country. And of course, I'll be vlogging the entire experience here on this channel. Now you might be wondering why I'm doing this. After my time in Tunisia, I realized how just important it is to form your own opinions about different cultures. We often get stuck in our own worldviews, and stepping outside of that can be incredibly rewarding. That's what I try to show in my street interview, contrasting Tunisian and German cultures, and that's what I'm hoping to experience in China as well. Also, this time I'm very curious to see how locals react when a foreigner is able to speak their language. I expect the reaction will be different. And by the way, did you know just 5% of you watching this video are subscribed to this channel? If you are interested in following my journey through China, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button because it really helps the channel grow. So what's my current level of Chinese? It's like I speak a little bit of Chinese, but to be honest, I don't know any handwriting. I can't really recognize characters and I just learned with Pinyin. Therefore, I'm basically starting from scratch. But as the Hungarian-American psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi said, the best moments usually occur when a person's mind or body is stretched to its limits in a voluntary effort to accomplish something difficult and worthwhile. That has been my experience with Arabic, and I hope it to be the same with Chinese. Many people have told me that it is impossible to become fluent in Chinese over the course of 10 months, but I hope I can prove them wrong or at least come close. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. When it comes to learning Chinese, there are a couple of challenges that stand out and I'm a little bit nervous, but of course excited to dive into them. Mandarin Chinese is a tonal language. That means that the intonation or pitch that you use when you're saying the word completely changes its meaning. For instance, take the syllable ma. Depending on its tone, it could either mean mother, ma, hemp, ma, horse, ma, or scold, ma. As you see, getting the tone right is extremely important, and mispronouncing a word can lead to some pretty funny misunderstandings. Another very interesting example is the name of the famous Chinese NBA player called Yao Ming. And if you mispronounce it like most people do, and me probably as well, and you just say Yao Ming, it can mean terrible or even to cause somebody's death. But if you get the tones right, you say Yao Ming. And that means like bright or light. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot at stake when it comes to the tones. But I'm excited to take on the challenge and try my best to train my mouth and ear, be able to differentiate the different tones. And the other very challenging part is going to be the writing system. Chinese is one of the few major languages that doesn't use an alphabet. It actually uses characters called hanzi, each representing either a word or a part of a word. There are thousands of these characters and each of them is like a little bit like a piece of art. To give you an idea, let's take a character like hao. Most of you guys know ni hao, which means hello, but is translated word by word to you good. And how good consists of two radicals. The first one is translated to woman and the second one is translated to child. So basically a woman and a child is something good according to the Chinese, which is very, very interesting. So I've stumbled over another very interesting example, which is the word for crisis, Wei Ji, which consists of two characters, one meaning danger and the other opportunity. It's these little insights into how language and cultures intertwine that make the learning process so rich and fulfilling. On the flip side, one thing I'm very looking forward to is the actually very surprisingly easy grammar in Chinese. As I was studying Arabic, I was blown away by the grammar. You had like 18 different conjugations in one tense and even a dual form next to the plural and singular and stuff like that. But in Chinese, you actually don't have any conjugation, you don't have tenses, and you don't even have gendered nouns, so it's kind of crazy. The sentence structure is often subject, verb, object, so kind of like in English. But of course, the simplicity of the grammar doesn't mean that learning the language will be easy. The real challenge will be buying the tones and the characters in everyday conversations. It's kind of like putting together a big puzzle where each piece matters, and I'm excited to see how far I can push myself in 10 months. Those are the challenges that I'm facing. Not only mastering the tones and memorizing a whole bunch of characters, but of course also immersing myself into the vibrant culture of China. It's going to be tough, no doubt about it, but I'm ready to give it my all, both in language learning and exploring the country. And if you're as curious as I am to see how the story unfolds, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.